Hey lovies, this is Love from Level Up Consulting Firm. And before we get started, I would like to give a shout out to All Things Tony. I just bought some custom made tassel earrings from her and I absolutely adore these earrings. They're super light and fluffy and they're cute. So that is my spiel. I hope everyone is doing well today. And today I just wanted to talk about going out on a limb. So when people talk about you starting a business and entering into the wonderful world of entrepreneurship, they always discuss taking risks. And so if you're not able to take risks or you find it difficult to take risks, you have to ask yourself if entrepreneurship is actually for you. Okay? And I say that because you have to risk a lot, right? You're giving up your time, you're giving up your energy, you're giving up sleep at times. You are splitting your attention between your business and maybe your job if you have one, your children, your spouse, and whatever other extracurricular activities you have, right? And so at some point, you're going to have to prioritize your business, and there will be several different instances where you will want to go out and have fun and spend money and do all types of things that other people are able to do freely because they are comfortable with the amount of money that they're making and with the way in which they're making their money, right? And you're not. So your life is going to look a lot different. I can honestly say since I've started my entrepreneurial journey, my friend group has drastically shifted. And it's because I don't have the same schedule. So even on the days where I do feel like I want to go out and have lunch at 12:30 or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, other people are clocked in somewhere, right? And then in the moments where they're up at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning because they are out and, want to live the nightlife, I'm in the bed, I'm getting restful sleep, I'm probably dreaming about my next idea. Like, it gets deep, your life becomes submerged, right? And then at 4:30, 5 o'clock, I'm getting up so I can execute all of these things that I've been dreaming about and putting my plan into action. So it's a lot different. And so it's like, what are you willing to give up? What are you willing to sacrifice for it? Because it's coming. Some people start off and it's like, oh yeah, I can still do my job and I can still do this and I can still do that while I have this business on the side. But at some point it's going to require more time because businesses grow, right? It's going to require more time. It's going to require more energy. It's going to require a different strategy, right? Is going to require you to learn more and be able to educate yourself, go to these different webinars. I have never been to so many webinars in my life. I can honestly say for the month of March, I've been to at least 10. And I also started taking a course with Les Brown himself, which is absolutely wonderful. If I can find the link to the subscription, I'll definitely send it out so you guys can pay. It is a little bit on the higher end, but it's worth it. And I definitely think it's worth mentioning because a lot of people won't even be diligent with the information that they take in, right? You're still rolling over in the morning, checking your phone the first thing in the morning, seeing what type of bad news is out there. Or you're still turning on the TV, watching the news and hearing about how COVID-19 is affecting people and keeping people from working their jobs. Why do you need to know that? If you're not a social worker, if you're not a doctor, a nurse, or anyone else in the research or, sciences field where you're actually in the medical profession, you don't need to stay up to date with that. You need to keep your gates clear, right? I always speak to you guys about your eyes and your ears, what you listen to, what you see. What kind of information are you taking in? Is the information beneficial? When you walk away from it, how do you feel? Are you pissed off? Do you feel sad because you're not in a financial position to assist these families? How do you feel? Is it helping you to embark on a new journey? If you're not watching it to help you create a new product or add a new service to what you already have in your business, you do not need to be watching it. So what are you willing to give up? Are you willing to give up your Thursday nights on the phone with your best friend talking about your favorite show because you haven't been watching it? Are you willing to give up your Saturday nights with the girls so you can work on your dreams since you have a 9 to 5? What are you willing to give up? And so I really want you guys to be cognizant of that because, like I said, it comes with a lot of sacrifices. I'll even give you a more in-depth story, right? So for myself, I never knew that I wanted to start a business. I mean, I know I had thought about it, like I mentioned, in high school, but I just didn't know what kind of business I was going to start or what I was going to do. And I literally started on a whim. And I started because I started doing research on toothpaste and, you know, how there's fluoride in our toothpaste and how there's also aluminum in a lot of our toothpaste and it's a carcinogen. And so I'm like, well, I definitely don't want to develop cancer. And that's when I started learning more about the ulcers. You know, have you ever gotten like a really painful mouth sore? Typically it was from something that you were using. So that could be your toothpaste, your mouthwash, anything that you're using orally. And so that was really alarming to me. And the first product that I actually made in the Queen Care line was the toothpaste. And then I started making the face mask. And so I felt so good because I'm like, I'm using this stuff. My skin looks great. My teeth look great. And my boyfriend at the time was also using the toothpaste. And so you'll see me share his before and after picture often on the Queen Care website. And so you can literally see where his teeth were yellow. And they were not yellow anymore after he used that toothpaste. And so I posted his before and after picture and people were hopping on it like, oh my gosh, I gotta get this toothpaste, I gotta get this toothpaste. So the first time I had mint, I actually used to have a lemon flavor, believe it or not, and that one was not as popular. And then I came out with cinnamon, and cinnamon and mint have really stuck, but cinnamon has become a crowd favorite, right? And so with that being said, it was really inspiring for me because I'm like, you know, I can really turn this into a business. And so I started doing my research and looking at, you know, where can I get my jars from? Where are the freshest ingredients located? Because I'm a natural company. And like I said, Queen Care Cosmetics is for the elite, right? So I want you to have the best of the absolute best. And so I did my research. I was very diligent. I tried each of the products for myself. Nothing that I had in my line was something that I did not use myself, test myself, have my family using and testing. And so these products are literally tested on humans. No animal testing. All my products are completely vegan. And I pride myself on that. And it feels so good to be able to say that I started this business from scratch and that now I feel like I'm moving into a realm where we're actually thriving. And this is 3 years in. And at first it was tough because I would go through droughts. I'm talking about periods of months with no sales. And then I started growing more. And I would start getting at least one sale per month. And that one sale would cover the $35 charge per month that I was paying for my Weebly website. And if you need the link to that, please let me know because I have a referral code and I love Weebly. I actually used to have a Wix site. I actually left them because they did not have a customer service line. So anytime you contact the line, it's like some automated system and I hated it. And then one time my website got pulled. They said it was for non-payment, but the payment had actually been taken out of my account, and that was really weird. So it was a lot going on. But anyway, I started off with Wix, and then now I have Weebly, and I love them. And they have a lot of different features to their websites. They have the email marketing. There's just a ton of things, you know, that they have that are a benefit to me. And so I've sort of had to play with that, obviously, and figure out what really worked. But once you figure it out, your sales are going to increase. Once you figure out how to market, your sales are going to increase. Once you're diligent with your marketing and diligent on your social media platforms, your sales are going to increase. And as you grow, I just want you to have your mind sharp and for you to be on your P's and Q's and for you to realize that it's going to be continuous times of sacrifice, but ultimately you're sacrificing now so that you can live the life that other people will not be able to live later. And that freedom will be all the more worth it. And you're going to make it because you're not going to quit, right? So with that being said, As usual, if you need me, my information is down there in that description box. If you need any consulting services, if you just have a question about something and you're like, Love, I really want you to make a video on this. I'm confused. I need help with my business. I got you. And it's free game. All right, level up. Bye.